This is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home, and I want to talk about 3 types of leadership. This is something you really have to learn because sometimes you have to dial up, dial in, and shift your leadership style as a builder. And the first type of leadership is to take control. And this is not something you want to do all the time. Take control as you are the person making the call. Nobody else gets to decide. You get to decide. You're the authoritarian. I don't care for that type of leadership. In fact, I rarely even use that type of leadership. There's another type of leadership. It's called take charge. Take charge is where nobody else is getting anything done and you jump in and get it done. You make something happen. These people are great to have on staff. The problem is that once they leave and they're always taking charge, the entire organization collapses and fails. I've seen a lot of businesses fail because they had a lot of take charge people. The minute they got rid of them or the minute they left for a better job, the entire system collapses. They're good temporarily. You don't want a sustained operation that's based upon take charge. The best type of leadership is to take responsibility. Taking responsibility is all about setting up systems and processes where others can step in and take charge and then back out and take responsibility. A lot of people don't know how to take responsibility. They want to blame it on someone else or they want to shift it over somewhere else. Responsibility is where the buck stops with you, not taking control. That's not where the buck stops with you. Taking responsibility is your responsibility, meaning the buck stops with you. What that means is that you're allowing for people to be creative, you're allowing for people to jump in and take charge, you're flexible, you're not a tyrant, and you're not an authoritarian. But every once in a while, you've got to step out of that role. You've got to step out of the role of taking responsibility and you got to take charge. And when that happens, you'll find a subcontractor. I've dealt with all kinds of personalities, but there's one personality that's highly creative and they can only do things in their steps. They can't do anything else other than the steps they see in front of them. The problem is it puts a lot of people out of place. It delays the construction process and it causes major hiccups with the completion of a major job. And if that's the case, you got to step in and take charge and say, I know that's the steps you want to take. I know that will work out better for you, but we're going to do it this way to get something done, because they will put off and put off and put off and not get things done. And you want to be able to step out of taking responsibility, the buck stops with you, and taking charge, meaning you're going to take this situation out of somebody else's hands. You're going to take charge and make sure it gets in the hands that it's going to get done. You're going to find yourself flipping between taking responsibility and taking charge. Just don't take control all the time. I've dealt with situations where I've taken a complete job over from another builder. That's where I'm taking control, but then I back out and I make sure that I'm taking charge where I need to, and I'm going to take responsibility where I need to. And know the difference. Think about this. This is really serious leadership stuff, that if you really don't have a grasp on this and you're just going to be a locked-in authoritarian the entire time, you are not going to attract good people and you're not going to be able to discipline people or set the course that needs to be set on a job. I wanted to teach this today because I've had to take charge. I was in a take responsibility mode, setting up systems and making communication flow, scheduling, that kind of stuff, but something wasn't getting done in a timely fashion. So I had to step out of that mode, get into my take charge mode, and make something happen and get some people here so that I can move on this job to get this job done, a particular issue that I ran into. I hope this really helps you out because I really want you to think about the 3 different types of leadership. A lot of this is in a book that I wrote called The High Road. Check it out. Another book I wrote called The Political Optimist. It's a real thick read, but it really helps you understand personality profiles and those that have a weakness in certain types of leadership styles, or those who have a tendency to just be in one type of leadership style. They don't have that flexibility. Being flexible as a leader is really important. This is Keith Kelch with How to Build Your Own Home.